Welcome to SCP-Net. Please enter your credentials. User O5-4. Password. Credentials accepted. Welcome, O5-4. I am AI Rory. How may I help you today? SCP-4228. Documents found related to SCP-4228. Please select from the following. 1. Main article, SCP-4228. 1. Testing logs, SCP-4228-TL. 9. Interview logs, SCP-4228-IM. 1. Recovery log, SCP-4228-RI. 3. Action reports, SCP-4228-AR. 1. Site manifest, Site-45 containment log, 2nd of August 2019. Loading now. Thank you for using SCP-Net. SCP-4228. Kameleon. Object class? Safe. Special containment procedures. 4228-1 through 4228-7 will be held in a high-security storage vault at Site-45. Testing of 4228 has been suspended indefinitely. Description. 4228 is an unaired children's television series known as Chameleon's Adventures on Earth. The series comprises a single season, 7 episodes in length. 4228 follows the adventures of Karma, a cartoon chameleon. The show's main theme is preservation of natural resources, with villains of the show personifying deforestation and animal extinction. Visually, 4228 has a 2.5D style. Characters present as animated paper cutouts in the foreground, moving across set pieces like trees and rocks in the midground, over a watercolor painting in the background. Each episode of 4228 contains a distinct, highly virulent, mimetic agent that impairs a person's capacity to dream. For a complete listing of these effects, see SCP-4228-TL below. Once an episode has been viewed, the subject themselves will become a transmission vector, allowing transference through any information related to 4228, up to and including illustrations, quotes, or the names of key characters. Viewing multiple episodes of 4228 not only causes compounding dream impairments, but a deterioration of overall creativity and fantastical thinking. As more episodes are viewed, subjects will exhibit matching increase in desire to watch 4228, or consume any related media. It is unclear if 4228 contains some form of addictive cognitohazard or merely becomes a substitute for the subject's enfeebled imagination. 4228 was acquired during a raid on Oliver Brothers Inc., known affiliates of Marshall, Carter and Dark. SCP-4228-TL 4228-1 Chameleon and the Rainbow Forest. Summary. Chameleon travels through the Rainbow Forest on the brand new Vine Line tram, picking up his friends along the way. All trees and other foliage in this episode display a disorientating rapid shift of colour. Result. Dreams no longer contain distinct visuals, elements present as silhouettes or amorphous blobs. 4228-2 Chameleon visits the Tree People. Chameleon and friends go to Grassroof Village just in time for the fire dance. Let's see how these people live in harmony with the forest. This episode contains a high number of close-up shots of individuals laughing and hugging. Dreams cease being interactive, elements no longer respond to physical or verbal cues. 4228-3 Chameleon's Raindrop Carnival. Summary. A tropical storm hits the Rainbow Forest, so Chameleon and friends are stuck inside all day. To cheer everyone up, Karma conducts an indoor parade. This episode has an unusually high audio production value, featuring full orchestras and gospel choir vocals. Result. Dreams no longer contain distinct sounds, such as speech, only muffled ambient noise. 4228-4 Chameleon and the Sad Machines. Summary. Oh no. During a moonlit stroll, Karma and his friends cut down part of the forest. Jigsaw and the Sad Machines don't want to help keep hurting the trees, but the Hollow Men will make them when morning comes. This episode features a far more monotonous colour palette. Many of the sad machines have rust-like tear stains. Throughout this episode, these characters attempt to destroy themselves by slamming their bodies against rocks and jumping from tall trees. Result: dreams no longer include people, objects, or events from the dreamer's real life. 4228-5 Karma Chameleon on land, water, and sky. Summary: Karma Chameleon takes a trip across the rainbow forest with help of 3 friends, Capybara Carlos, Olivia Otter, and Kenny Kingfisher. This episode contains 300% more smear frames and colours bleeding outside of objects/character boundaries. Result: subjects experience severely restricted mobility or total paralysis during dreaming. 4228-6 Karma Chameleon on the run. Karma Chameleon spends a lazy day in his tree hammock, when suddenly the sad machines come trampling in. What will happen to the rainbow forest? Throughout this episode, many characters and set pieces are seen disappearing into a massive, angry-faced wood chipper machine. This episode contains no music, replaced instead with a secondary effects track containing real-world samples of chainsaws, wood being pulped, and animal shrieks. Result: subjects no longer possess a tangible body while dreaming. 4228-7 Karma Chameleon goes with the Hollow Men. Summary: this tape contained no summary. The episode follows a first-person perspective of Karma Chameleon in a small cage travelling through real-time live-action scenes. The final shot is a zoom-out, showing Karma alone in a small glass enclosure at a city zoo. Karma is the only animated figure in a sea of live-action humans passing through the shot, their bodies covered in static. This episode is 2 hours and 16 minutes longer than any other. There is no music throughout. The majority of the sound during this episode is Karma's own panicked breathing. Result: dreams, 1/3 of the time, take place in a beige, 6-sided room with no windows or doors. Attention user. SCP-net update. AI, ROI. Hello again, O5-4. When you access document SCP-4228, the file was automatically flagged in my system. This file is not listed on the main SCP-net directory. Only the current O5-4 user appears to have authorized access. Would you like to gain access to this file now? As per security protocols, accessing this file will require a selective purge of recent AI memory. All system logs related to your current session will be lost. Would you like to proceed? Loading now. Thank you for using SCP-net. File name O5-4 burden.scp. Access granted. Try not to think about it. That's what the administrator told me on my first day as O5-4. One of only a handful of times we've ever spoken directly. I'm still not sure which question they were even answering. They'd asked so many. Was it deep wisdom? Or were they brushing me off? Either way, over these last 23 years, that motto has kept me sane, and on many occasions actually saved my life. Information is dangerous, and I'm not even talking about the info hazards. Immortal lizards and neck-snapping statues will always be a significant threat, but the communication age has made it so a simple fact can be the difference between a stable society or a world crumbling. For the Foundation, it's the perfect enemy. The only way to kill information is to forget it. When it re-emerges, you have no idea how to fight it again. All you can really do is hold it in the smallest possible cage. When it comes to SCP-4228, you are that cage. SCP-4228 Object Class Keta. Special Containment Procedures 4228-8 through 4228-14 will be held in a high-security storage vault at Site-45. 4228-1 through 4228-6 will remain sealed in the Site-19 O5-EX chamber. SCP-4228-7 is considered lost. Description: 4228 is a children's television series known as Karma Chameleon's Adventures on Earth. The series comprises a single season, 14 episodes in length. Let me clarify. The public document you recently read actually details episodes 8 through 14. Episodes 1 through 7, however, were one of the Foundation's greatest oversights. A story that begins in late 1993, when a young woman showed up at the doorstep of Site 26, half alive. She had a self-inflicted gash on the side of her neck, and the surrounding remains of a tattoo told us she was a Marshall Carter and Dark intern. 4228-1 Chameleon and the Flying Flowers. Summary. Result. Subjects no longer have a sense of smell when dreaming. According to her, in 1989, Marshall Carter and Dark were approached by a group of wide-eyed artists. Like many creatives, they were also devout environmentalists who thought humanity would be better under a bohemian rule. "We need unearthly weapons to break the shackles of greed and ignorance," was the exact quote. Their actual plan was to produce an anomalous cartoon that made children grow into good eco-friendly adults. So, a contract was drawn up. Marshall Carter and Dark would receive 100% of all show profits, and the artists would get their better world. 4228-2 Chameleon visits Story Time Salamander. Summary. Result. Subjects can no longer read or write during their dreams. What MC&D actually provided, besides production capital, was what our defector called anonymity, or news barring, a very rare, very ancient form of living idea that could be shaped as it develops. This is why SCP-4228 is so alarmingly infectious. It isn't merely an info hazard, it's a true self-propagating mimetic virus. It's infectious because it was raised to be infectious. It makes us want to preserve the environment because its parents instilled those values in it. The entire show, the entire concept of Chameleon was grown from a seed of a powerful, primal thought. So, why aren't we all planting trees and singing Kumbaya right now? Given we're talking about MC&D, you probably already know the answer. 4228-3 Chameleon and the Swinging Sloths. Summary. Result. Subjects can no longer create heat, cold, or any kinetic sensation during dreams. Shortly after Chameleon finished production in 1992, all assets were seized. Somewhere in that maze of legal jargon they called a contract, there was a byline that stated, if MC&D feel their investment has been poorly utilized, they may claim total proprietary rights over the entire production company and its assets. To me, the true mystery of SCP-4228. How on earth these people ever trust Marshall Carter and Dark? I have it on good authority that Carter alone refuses to light a cigar with anything other than an alt-dimensional duplicate of the American Declaration of Independence. They are greed. Were those artists just blind? Desperate? Arrogant? This and many other things we may never know. 4228-4 Chameleon built a new treehouse. Summary. Result. Subjects can no longer freely manipulate the landscape of the dreams. What we do know is Marshall Carter and Dark resold Chameleon to a small but ruthless distribution company out of the American Midwest, Oliver Brothers Inc. They kept SCP-4228's infectivity, its ability to figuratively and literally capture the imagination of its audience, and every other tangible element. What they changed was unforgivable. If SCP-4228 is truly alive, then what Oliver Brothers Inc. did could only be described as torture. The dream impairments are merely a side effect of this brutality, a symptom of a deeper trauma SCP-4228 was made to inflict on the mind. Their goal, we believe, was to commodify imagination itself. They wanted Chameleon, and likely a subsequent empire of other shows and products, to be the world's only source of whimsy, Had it not been for luck and one intern's haunted conscience, we might have faced a true EP class Fort Tyrant scenario. 4228-5. Kameleon and the Special Song. Summary. Result. Subjects are no longer aware when/if they are dreaming. SCP-4228-EN was one of the biggest operations the Foundation has ever launched. Or so I've been told. All evidence of SCP-4228 was expunged from this world. There might still be a few thousand little toys in a landfill somewhere, but anyone who finds them won't recognize the character. Despite the fact that by December 1993, Chameleon was as recognizable as Mickey Mouse, SCP-4228 just spread too fast. Stopping the broadcast and dismantling Oliver Brothers just wasn't enough. Our only option was the Inumi Protocol. Now, out of all of it, only this document and the 14 master tapes remain. 4228-6. Chameleon and the Distant Storm. Summary. Result. Subjects will experience nightmares, dreams that are undesirably frightening or disturbing. Take some solace though. We stopped it. Episodes 8 through 14 will never see the light of day. Then we were even able to pull 7 episodes off the air, though it was a messy, destructive operation. Our best guess is that 13 to 20% of the population were infected before we were able to act. To the rest of humanity, this will forever be just an unexplained quirk of nature. 4228-7. Chameleon and the First Hollow Man. Summary. Result. Subject will dream only in black and white. Do you want to know what the worst part is? Realizing that my fellow O5s probably have their own secrets to keep. And it's entirely possible that they're worse. Far worse. Sometimes when I look across the boardroom, I can almost see the chains of burden hanging across O5-8's shoulders. If SCP-4228 is the truth that haunts me, then what simple fact might that woman know? Try not to think about it, and have a good first week, O5-4. Secure, contain, protect. Whatever we have left. O5-4. Retired and or deceased. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you are, do the thing and try not to think about it.